Look, when they tried to adopt the most consequential economic policy in years, the Liberation Day tariffs, they literally went to ChatGPT and had it come up with the tariffs for them. When young Doge staffers with no experience in government administration were brought in to evaluate grants from the National Endowment for the Humanities, you can look this one up. This is a news story over the past week. They literally, once again, asked ChatGPT to do it for them. And because they didn't want to have to read, they said, could you just please give me like a yes or no answer first? Does this have any DEI in it? I wrote a whole Newsweek article on the all-out assault that this administration has waged on scientists and research and skilled professionals in medicine and law. It is not going too far to connect a couple of very obvious dots and say the Trump administration doesn't just ignore expert analysis. They are allergic to it. They suspect it. They hate it. They're afraid of it because they probably don't really understand it, and it tends to get in the way of their insane fantasies. So no, you're not going too far. You're right on the mark, Matt. I mean, they are absolutely positively gutting our analytical capabilities and shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah. And where I think this comes into play is we now know there's sleeper cells, or we suspect there's sleeper cells within the United States. And Donald Trump has come out, I think it was this week, earlier today or yesterday, somewhere around the way, where he said, we know where they all are. Well, if we don't have the intelligence, if we don't have the experts, then we also probably don't know where they are. And if we don't have the intelligence, we don't have the experts, maybe that's why we're so surprised that when we go to war with Iran, all of a sudden they're closing the Straits of Hormuz and we can't get oil out of there. And now everything's skyrocketing because everything is a big surprise to the Trump administration, because you fired the people who could have told you that this was a consequence. And I think Americans are going to pay that price. And hopefully that price is only higher oil and not something more tragic.
U.S. intelligence officials say Russia may be providing Iran with satellite-derived intelligence that could help Tehran locate American ships, aircraft, and troop positions in the Middle East. To dumb that down for just a second, Vladimir Putin's Russia is telling our enemy in a war how to go after and kill American troops. Now, there is no proof so far that Russia is directly directing Iranian attacks. But at the very least, Moscow is helping to track U.S. assets and putting a target on their backs.